It's been a while. So we're gonna start talking about like astral projection and remote viewing. They're kind of similar. I don't know if they're exactly the same thing. I feel like they might not be. Like, I should have looked this up beforehand. Let's see. Astral projection versus remote viewing. Either way, they're both like interesting to me. Intuitive specialist. Let's go in here. Astral projection is when a part of you actually leaves your body and travels around, also known as out-of-body experience. Astral projection is not controlled. Remote viewing, let me explain the difference. There have been documented cases of people who, while astral projecting, have been seen and even photographed in two locations at once. This is because we have an etheric body and a physical body. When your etheric body leaves your physical body and wanders around, it can be visible to animals and people with certain sensitivities. You are, in essence, like a ghost, even though you are still alive, therefore you are detectable. I've never heard of that photograph, like a photograph of someone that's astral projecting their etheric body. Yeah, we'll have to look into that more. Let's see. Well, anyways, let's finish this. Controlled remote viewing. Remote viewing, on the other hand, is not at all like out-of-body experience. Controlled remote viewing is a written process conducted with eyes open, speaking out loud, and writing everything that comes into your mind down on paper in a certain structure designed to separate imagination from true psychic perceptions. CRV is known as an interview and report methodology. It was designed for U.S. military intelligence, and as such, it was imperative that this sort of remote viewing had to be undetectable. If you are out of your body spying on a secret military installation and the guard dog barks because he sees you, you've blown your cover and the cause is lost. With CRV, you can view, sense, hear, smell, and experience everything at the targeted site, which can be anything, anywhere, in all time or space, but you are literally undetectable because no part of you is leaving your body. So what is happening when a viewer is using CRV? Controlled remote viewing. One theory suggests that the subconscious mind is accessing the information from the source, whether that be the great big cosmic database in the sky, or spirit guides, or God, or whatever you want to call it, and as the subconscious mind accesses that information, it transmits to the viewer's conscious mind through the body. The human body is the link between conscious and subconscious minds. As you gain information, your conscious mind constructs a sort of virtual reality, a copy of the actual target, so the viewer experiences the target with all the smells, tastes, textures, and dimensions it offers, but is undetectable because he or she is not actually present at the target. Instead, it is as if the viewer is on the holodeck of the Starship Enterprise, It often feels very real to the viewer, in fact, but is merely a copy of the real target. Identical, but a copy. Okay, that's all pretty interesting. All right, let's get into the main topic of the video. And we will probably do another one for astral projecting. It almost just seems like, yeah, astral projection is more like you're just not really leaving your body. Okay, that makes sense. What's up, Felicia? Yeah, bro. Yeah, I just got off work. I don't know what to say. I do need to shave if that's what you asked. Hey, shout out Landon. What's good? All right. Aliens. So I searched aliens in the astral projecting website, the astral projection subreddit, and yeah, I've done this before, and I just remember it being really fascinating, because like I don't know, even when people didn't like, some people you'll see like some of them they intend to Landon Martindale, what's good? They pretend, or whether or not they intend to meet aliens, it depends. Like some of them, they just come across them. Some of these people, they will like astral project into UFOs. So it's pretty crazy. And the aliens will be like, yo, what? How'd you get here? So hopefully we come across some of that. But yeah, I just remember finding some really good stuff in here. So anyways, meeting blue reptilian alien during astral projection by Tall Scholar. I don't understand this dumb encounter, but I remember ending up in a craft yesterday. After astral projecting a huge one the size of a football field, where I saw a group of blue reptilians dressed in spacesuits standing up in soldier fashion, listening to their leaders speak. The leader noticed me during this and followed me around. I was kind of afraid and moved away. He could sense my fear and changed his appearance into a human woman to make me comfortable and spoke to me. He said, "Do you want to join us?" I said, "No." Then he said, "Then why did you project into our craft?" I said, "I don't know how I got here." He then said, "I see, so you are still learning how to astral project." The next I remember was him bringing me back to my room and disappeared. WTF was that? So, yeah, so that guy just accidentally ended up in the craft. And here's the interesting thing about that. Somehow, the leader guy, like the boss alien, he was like astral projecting without the OP saying that. Well, maybe they did say that, but didn't mention it in the post. So, if he were like remote viewing instead, then would like the alien have even seen him? So we'll have to go into the like remote viewing subreddit and kind of look into the same thing. Just search aliens on there and see what experience people have had trying to like reach aliens by remote viewing versus astral projecting. Anyways, but it seems like, from what I remember, all these stories, like the aliens can like perceive you when you astral project and see them. So anyways, Astral Projections and the Grey Aliens by Morgoth37. Full disclosure, I have interacted with the Grey Aliens 4 times while astral projecting. twice on a large cloaked ship in high orbit around Earth, and 2 other times in their moon base on the far side of that body. I do not vouch for any of the information below because I have found the Greys to be very fluid with the truth. Each time I have asked them questions, I've gotten different answers than the last time. However, I sense there is truth below if you can ferret it out successfully. And as you probably know, the moon is, do they call it locked in orbit? I don't know, it doesn't rotate, so there's like a side of the moon that's permanently facing away from us. And I have heard of like a moon base on the dark side of the moon, as they call it. And I'm curious to see what that was like. So, Q, why can't humans detect your ship in orbit? A, it's cloaked. The system uses magnetic waves and special alloys not found on your planet. It is somewhat like your stealth shielding, but much more advanced. Q, where is your homeworld? What is it like there? A, it is located on a world in the constellation you call Pleiades. Is that how you say it? I don't know. Another time they told me Sirius. It is located in a binary system. Our scientists told us over 10,000 years ago that one of our suns was getting hotter and that it would make our planet unlivable eventually. Today, many of our people live in underground cities, only the hardiest still live on the surface. It was this news that prompted our people to explore this section of the galaxy. The Greys can see in both the physical and astral planes without difficulty. Every time I have traveled to their ship or base, they have noticed me immediately. They have shown... Wait, where'd I go? Yeah, so they always notice you when you astral project. Especially this guy. They've shown a lot of curiosity about how I managed to travel to them so easily. One time I was asked for my home coordinates so they could come visit me in the physical. I thanked them for the offer, but politely declined. They seemed disappointed in their own inscrutable way. On their ship, in their examination room, I found a human once on one of their tables that seemed to grow out of the floor. His astral form was bobbing immediately above the near ceiling. Obvious fright on his features. I went over and tried to calm him, but he was mad with animal fear. I asked the Greys to stop examining him and release him back where they found him, but all they would tell me was, "It's okay, he's fine." Nothing I said would change their infuriating response. I have asked representatives of the Greys the following important question on all 4 separate occasions. Each time I got a different answer. Maybe you can guess why I don't trust these guys. Why doesn't your race announce yourselves to humanity? Survey says, 1. The first time they looked at me, they couldn't understand the question. Imagine if you asked this question of a lion researcher in Africa who was abducting, examining, and releasing lions. How would he react? Yeah, that was exactly the reaction. You don't announce your arrival and intention to examine dumb animals to the dumb animals. As a representative of proud humanity, I can tell you the reaction brought me down a peg or two on this occasion. Thank you, I show speed. I will. I appreciate the support. Hey doggy, what's good? We have contacted your governments. They've asked us not to announce ourselves for fear of destroying your societies. Whoa. We have a non-interference Star Trek directive. And 4, what do you mean we're talking to a human right now? And then he says he started a new channel on YouTube, Astral Club, so shout out Astral Club. I'll be discussing astral projection topics, answering questions, talking about my experience in time and space, and helping people to join the astral projection club. That's cool. So that's what he's doing. What I think I'm going to be doing is astral projection and remote viewing content and like drug trip content. So like people that do like DMT and different psychedelics and all that. I find it all really interesting. So chat, has anyone heard of the prison planet theory? Because this next subreddit, or this next post on the astral projection subreddit with the alien search query, it says, it's by a deleted user, so that's always ominous, right? It says, debunking prison planet theory, explaining aliens in astral are symbiotic to other beings, louche, and parasites in the astral. First of all, let me tell you, there's nothing to fear, no harm in all these negative theories and experiences may have a true core, but people, depending on their belief system, parentheses, not religion, parentheses, seeing things and interpret things differently. First of all, are we locked in a prison planet? No, you choose to be here. It's the experience you willingly chose. Free will is a law and is respected, same as the law of confusion. You are not forced in an endless reincarnation cycle of producing louche or whatever you believe in. You can leave this planet in plane/realm while astral projecting, right? ? So why should this not be also possible after death? You are here because you want to be here. This is also true for all the negative things that happen to you. The experience you gain from every perspective, perpetrator/victim, seems to be important for you. That's why you chose it. People claim to see mantis beings that fed on their fear and negative emotions. Some saw other beings. Let me explain it like this. The universe is full of life. Every realm, every dimension, every part of existence in the universe, physical or not physical, is full of life. If you want to eat a sweet cake with a sweet lemonade outside in the nature or in your garden, some bees and other small insects would come and want a share, right? If something of that cake drops to the ground, then some ants will eat it and feed on it, right? Does this do any harm to you? No. Same in the astral, and like here, there are also parasites or parasitic connections. They are low vibratory and feed on low negative emotions. So if you believe prison planet and negative theory to be true, these parasites will feed on this and on your pain. You create your own reality. Would you never leave your house again because of some ants? I love ants, like I love every creation of the creator. You are the creator, and so I am I. You want to know if some aliens harvest us for louche? Ask them. Most of them are annoyed by me, like they see a cockroach. Cockroach hissing me away. We are like flies in the astral, and our childish behavior and fear is annoying to some of them. Others greet you with light and love and are amazed that you managed to stop by. Do we feed on some animals or plants without killing them? Yes, because of some byproduct of what they release. Think of bees and honey. Think of strawberries that would fall to the ground anyway. We don't hurt the strawberry plant. Love is way too sweet for anyone to harvest or steal it from you. Love is the key, overcome your fear. Monroe's famous Loosh quotes paved the way for some of these negative conspiracies. Thomas Campbell explained it the best. It was the only way Monroe could describe what he witnessed, because he has a background as a farmer. It's the principle of harvesting what came the closest to what he witnessed. We may are not the highest, and we may not be the highest in the food chain, live with it, but still we are free and we are children growing up, and our parents and family loves us. There's nothing to fear in the astral or the physical. If you believe in a kind of prison planet, these thoughts will be your prison. You are an undestroyable pure conscious that is having a human experience. You are experiencing yourself all as one. So, yeah, I've heard that theory before. We'll wrap it up because we're getting to 30 minutes. And I just wanted to start this, and we'll be consistent. But the weird thing about that theory, like, you choose your whole life path, is he also said you have free will. And I'm just wondering, like, do you talk with other souls and stuff and decide, like, hey, I want you to bully me when we're in, like, 5th grade or some shit, and then they're like, okay, yeah, we'll do that, we'll set it up that way. Where you're like, I don't get that. I don't know. That's the one that's kind of tripping me out. But that's a pretty positive post. That was nice. Anyways, see you in the next video.